Morning, it's Monday, May 11th. Monday, May 11th, and it is time for science. Now, for today's science, we have a brand new section. This is the last unit of your book. So we're going to talk about the nervous system to begin with. And so if you look at your first page, which is the very beginning unit page right here, this one right here, you see two different types of cells. The brain, which of course is the central part of our nervous system, and then a set of, I forgot what those things are called. What are they called? Let's think. The things that doctors use to hear, but why can I not remember that? I don't know. It's one of those weird things, when you haven't had much sleep, then that happens. But there, on that bottom, on the left side there, these right here are neurons. These are brain cells. These here are red blood cells. All right, and then a stethoscope, which is now I just remembered. The stethoscope is what doctors use to hear, listen to your inside of your body, heart, stomach, areas where the sounds can help make a difference. Turn to the next page. So the nervous system and the immune system are two things we'll be talking about. Look at the top left of 334, and it says you may not be able to throw a baseball as fast as a professional pitcher, but your body occasionally does something that's just as fast. Find out in chapter 14 what you can do and how fast you can do it. And you can see there on the top left, he's getting ready to do something which is obvious because the pepper's causing it to happen, supposedly. Anyway, the pepper's causing it to happen, and that is a sneeze, and it's actually faster than a professional pitcher can pitch. Then it says on the right side, time to go to bed. Have you heard that phrase before? Why is it important to get a good night's sleep? In chapter 14, you'll find out what your brain and nervous system are doing while you sleep. And it's very important. Sleep is a very important part of your life. That's why they have found studies that video games or any kind of interaction with a blue light type of thing from a phone or an iPad or something like that, but that particular type of light actually causes our brains to stay awake, and that's not a good thing for us. It's a bad thing, and that's for adults as well, not just kids. And then on the bottom right, it says, how would you like to be a disease detective? In chapter 15, you'll learn about people who track down the how, where, and when of rapidly spreading diseases. Now, that kind of fits very well for what we're doing, going through right now. All right, it says the nervous system. On page number 335, it says, how would you feel if an employer looked at the bumps and shape of your skull to decide whether you were trustworthy or hardworking? This procedure sometimes happened during the 1800s, believe it or not. People who practice phrenology believe that the bumps and shapes of a person's skull identify that person's character, intelligence, and personality. They thought that certain parts of the brain were related to specific functions. Phrenologists believed that if a portion of the brain was used frequently, it would grow larger. This growth supposedly caused the bumps on a person's skull. Today, we know that the brain does have certain areas related to specific functions, but the skull does not shrink or swell up based on how often parts of the brain are used. God designed our brains to control all the functions of our bodies. Now, it would be interesting to find out what would happen if a person shrunk, if they weren't using a part of their brain, if their brain shrank or shrunk, had shrunk. And so you have 4 pages to read, 336 to 339. You have 2 work text pages, 225 and 226. That's it for today. Have a good day. See you at our interactive class. Bye.